Hey everybody, it is Kim here, and I wanted to share some of the things in my toolbox. I get a lot of questions. People want to know, what tools do you use? And no, I'm not talking about a hammer and a screwdriver, but as a person that's running a business, what tools do I use as a real estate investor? What tools do I use as a leader of Mary? And I'm going to go back to the very beginning, and one of my favorite tools, the tool I use every day, the tool I use to buy houses, a tool I use to sell houses, a tool I use to put people at the monthly meetings, email marketing. It's a must have. You must learn how to use email marketing. I don't care what kind of business you have, but having an email marketing program is essential. McDonald's, if you sign up, are going to send you emails all the time. I don't know if you signed up for any corporate business, big company, big name that you see on TV. But if you sign up for something with them, and once they get your email, you're going to get regular marketing from them, and your business should be exactly the same. So here's 3 reasons why I like email, and I'm going to bet why everybody uses it. Number 1, almost everyone has it. I'm going to say everyone has it, but there's a few people like my 95-year-old father-in-law. He doesn't have email. Everybody else does. So I'm not trying to market to my 95-year-old father-in-law. So I'm going to bet you aren't either. So let's just say everyone has email. The number 2 reason I love email, it's super, super cheap. Now think about this. I have an email database of, I want to say, between 15 and 20,000 people of working emails. There's another 30 or 40,000 in there. They don't work anymore. And I can send as many emails as I need for my business. And I'm running 3 companies out of 1 email provider. So I'm able to send all the emails I want. It's only costing me $195 a month. Now you might say, well, that's a lot. And if you're just starting out, maybe it is. But consider that if you were able to sell 1 house, would that pay for your $195 for 2 or 3 months? Sell 2 or 3 houses a year, it's paid for. Or whatever it is that you do, $195 a month is super cheap. And that's from my database. If you're just starting out and you have way less contacts, you're going to have a much cheaper price. The number 3 reason I love email, it's super fast. I remember way back when for our Mary meetings, we had to get a message out about a snowstorm. We had to cancel the meeting. I was able to send an email to everybody and asked everybody to respond back. I got it out there quickly. And then I was able to figure out who didn't get the email or who hadn't read their email. And I didn't have to call the whole entire database one at a time and say, hey, we canceled the meeting because it snowed. And also, let's say I have an advocacy issue at Mary. I can send that out. It's super fast. But what about you? You are marketing your business and you need to get a word out to, you have too many widgets. You bought something, you have way too many of them, and you want to do a super, super huge sale. Send out an email. You can get it out there quickly. You are running a special on something, get it out there quickly. So that's my 3rd reason it's super fast. But what do I use for email and why? Back when I was a wee little real estate investor, I worked with a real estate company where we sent out emails every week with our latest list of bank-owned houses. We sold bank-owned foreclosures. We sent out an email list every week. And fast forward a little bit there, I went to some more training on sales training, and the ideal amount of time that you should send emails is every 21 days, not necessarily emails, but you should have contact with your customer base every 21 days, because that'll keep your company and you and your name at the top of their mind. But I digress. We sent this email out every week. And we first started out, we were sending it, I want to say by Yahoo. I think that was what we were using as our email provider back in the day. And we would, load up an Excel spreadsheet of all the contacts, and we would copy and paste several hundred emails and paste them into, we hoped, blind carbon copy, so we didn't send our whole email list out to everybody, but it said, dear customer. We didn't like dear customer, but it's what we had. And then fast forward a little bit, we switched to Gmail, and we love Gmail, but still, here's some things you need to know about those free email providers, or even if you're sending it from, you know, a .com name going through, say, Outlook or something. One, if you are sending mass emails and you're copying and pasting your emails into carbon copy, blind carbon copy, whatever, one you need to watch out for, are you accidentally putting your whole email list in the to box so that everybody that gets your email gets everybody else's email? That's bad. Two, when you do it that way, you can't mail merge and customize it and put their first name in or their company name. And with some online tools that I use, you can do that. And the big reason is, well, when you put 100 emails, which is what Gmail's limit is, you can send 100 in an hour. When you paste them into your to box and you make sure it's blind carbon copy box and you send that, well, it's going to take another hour before you can send another 100. So if you get over 100 people, it's going to take you forever to send that list out. With my Constant Contact, I blew my little secret there, what my tool is, Constant Contact. When I use that, I can send out 3,000 emails with a click of a button. So let's talk about Constant Contact. I use it. When I started out using Constant Contact. Then I found the latest and greatest new tool. I switched to that and it didn't work so good. And I came back to Constant Contact, and then I tried something else, and then I came back to Constant Contact. And after trying 3 or 4 other services, every time I came back to Constant Contact. So why do I love Constant Contact? The number one reason, because I tried all these others, it's easy to figure out. I've tried all these others, and to get it to do what Constant Contact does, and all the others do the same thing, it just was a lot harder for me to figure it out. The number 2 reason I loved Constant Contact, well, going from Constant Contact to something else and then coming back, well, I had this list of contacts that I wanted to import. I had my buyers list. I wanted to import it. And that was a lot harder to do in other services. Constant Contact, as long as it was a clean list and it wasn't loaded with a whole bunch of spam emails, they would let me import it. So for example, if I just went and bought a list off the internet, or I had, I went through my database and pulled every email that I had and I just imported it, and a bunch of those came back as bad emails that didn't exist, or they were blocked, or they were mistyped, or they had a lot of info at emails, Constant Contact would shut down your account. So you got to make sure you have a clean list, but they'll let you import it. And then I work at Mary, so I'm getting all these people that come in and they sign up for a meeting, or they come to a meeting, or they otherwise connect with us at the Real Estate Investor Association. And I have this list of contacts and emails that I import every week. I'll import a list, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Constant Contact lets you import a list. A lot of the others won't. And the other reason I really liked Constant Contact, and I kind of alluded to this earlier, my emails, they get delivered. So let's talk about going back to sending your 100 emails, and you've made sure they're blind copied, and you're running them through whatever service provider you are. Gmail was the one I used. When you put that many emails in the to box, when you're delivering to other email services, they have spam filters and they block those emails. So when I first started out, Gmail didn't have the good blocking tools that it does now, but I could never, ever get my emails to go to my clients that had at Hallmark emails or at Sprint emails. Anybody that was in a big corporate setting that I was trying to email, those mass emails would not go through. But when I switched them to Constant Contact, they got delivered. And now when you look at all of these email providers that everybody uses, everybody has a Gmail account. I have one, and it filters out spam. And one of the things that it looks for is an email that has a whole bunch of email twos in the to box. So that is another reason why I like Constant Contact. So I know you're really, really tired of looking at me and you would like to see how this works. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take a second here and I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you a little bit about how Constant Contact works. are in constant contact. So I've already pre-logged in. This is what the dashboard looks like. So I said the 3 reasons I liked it were that I could, number 1, easy to figure out. So I'll show you how I send an email in a minute. Number 2, I can import my list, and 3, emails get delivered. So let's start with emails get delivered. One of the things that I like here is the performance. It tells us how many contacts I have, but it tells us our open rate, our growth, and it has this reporting tool. So if you see this, the reporting tool. So we're going to click on reporting, but we have reporting, and I can go into every email I've sent. I can see how many I've sent, how many were opened, how many had clicks, and how many had bounces. So the one thing that helps you get your emails delivered is you keep your bounce rate low. So if you have a lower bounce rate, your emails go through better. It also has a good unsubscribe tool, so you're not getting marked spam all the time. People can unsubscribe, so that helps get your emails delivered. You can just click on your bounces, pull them up, and you can go through and go, oh, well, these people are all giving you a vacation autoresponder. We're going to skip those. These other people over here, their email just doesn't exist anymore. Well, we can remove those. These people over here, they have, and then they have other options. There's like email doesn't exist, or that it was blocked. So if I notice that the same person, that the email was blocked, those are emails that were blocked because their spam filters blocked it from coming through. So I can see who's getting blocked. And if they're getting blocked for, I can contact them and say, hey, Bob, I've been trying to email you. You just joined, you just signed up, but my emails are getting blocked. Can you go in and whitelist me, or do you have another email that I could use? So that helps you get your emails delivered. Then the other thing I said is easy to import lists. So let's see if we can import a list. First, we're going to go to contacts. We're going to add contacts. And how do we add contacts? You can just type them in one at a time. You can put a whole bunch in, type and paste. This is what I like. I like upload, but let's talk about integrations. So I have 2 ways that I'm collecting contacts as a real estate investor. One is I have an investor carrot website where investors can sign up to get on our buyers list. That talks directly with Constant Contact. So when you sign up on my carrot website, KC Invest, when you sign up as a buyer, it automatically talks with Constant Contact and adds your name and your contact. It also has autoresponders. So when you sign up as a buyer, it says, hey, thanks for signing up on our buyers list. By the way, KC Invest should have sent you an email asking you for more information, asking you to fill out a second page. So it sends that email. And then a couple of days later, it sends another email with a little bit more information. And then a week later, it sends another email with a little bit more information. So it has autoresponders. I also do that with Mary. So if I want to find out who's interested in wholesaling, I could give away a free report on wholesaling, which we do. People just sign up and it automatically goes into Constant Contact into a list of people that are interested in wholesaling. And when they sign up, it thanks them for signing up. And then it drips a little email every few days about wholesaling. There's some other great ways to add contacts. You can create a sign up form and you can put it on your website. You could create a sign up form and just post links on social media. You could use Facebook ads. And this is a really cool one. I really haven't used this much, but I really should. It's really cool. I can make a sign that I could set on the counter in my store, that I could set on my secretary's desk. If I'm sitting in an office setting and I have a receptionist that checks people in or greets people, they could have a little sign that says, hey, to get this free thing or to get on our email list, text this to join. And then when they send a text to wherever it says to send the text, they're going to get a text back that says, click here to sign up on our email list. And you can change those texts to sign up for different things. So you could have one, just a general email list. You could have one that's for a free report. You could have one that's to get super discounted prices. So that gives you some ideas. Today, we're going to go easy. We're going to upload our file. So we're going to click upload. I'm going to browse on my computer. I just downloaded a list of people that have been new signups to to Mary. So here we go, the latest report. We're going to click open. Now, let's talk about implied permission and express permission. This is not as big a deal in email as it is in text messaging, but implied permission is what most of the people that I have given me. They've signed up to be a member of Mary. They've signed up to be a guest of Mary. They have signed up to get a free report. They're implied that they would like to be on our email list just because they gave us their email list. Whereas my people that sign up to be on my investor buyers list, they've given me express permission to be in my email list because, hey, they're signing up for my email buyers list. Express permission. Yes, I want to get emails from you. So this list happens to be from my Mary people. And whenever I get a new list of Mary people, we sign them up for event announcements. We also sign them up to get our newsletter on Fridays. And we have a legislative list. So if there's some big political issue they need to know about, we let them sign up there. We click upload. You can also tag your contacts. You could put in, I don't know, I don't even use tags, but you could put in the date that you imported them, but it notes that, or you could say these are Mary people, or these were people from a certain class. So we're going to click upload, and in a second, it's all uploaded. There we go. Import complete. There were 3 contacts added because I import these lists regularly. 33 were updated with new information, and 3 could not be imported because a contact must have an email address. So sometimes people get in our system and they didn't give us an email, and then 1 was previously unsubscribed. So we could scroll down and find the report for that and look at the ones that didn't have an email address and see if we could fix that. Maybe there was a mistake. There's other errors. You can fix that as well. So now, how easy is it to use? So we're going to just go with emails. There's other stuff that does all kinds of stuff, but we're just going to send an email. We're going to send a simple email, and I'm going to show you how I do it. All right, here we are. Simple to use. We created this email the other day. We were trying something out, and we just don't need it anymore. We can go in here and we could edit it just so you can see how easy it is to edit. So this is an email that we already created, but we could very easily say we wanted to change this picture, which is something else. So we could replace it with something else in our library. We could replace it with our trade show button here. And we want it to be bigger so we could actually read that. So we can just drag, and there we go. It's bigger. We could, dear customers, or let's say we didn't like the dear customers. We wanted to customize it. And everybody that's in our list, we already know their email. So we could say, dear contact details, and let's see what those details are. We want, let's see if we can find it. We want their first name, dear first name, comma, and then we can type in our message. And we decided we want our message bigger. We could just highlight that and make it bigger, just like Word. And we don't like these boxes at all. So this comes in a module. We can come over here to the module, click the wheel for do some work, and we can just delete that. And we can come over here and say, you know, we would like to do some before and after pictures. So I could just slide this in here. I can import some pictures. And I don't have any good before and after pictures already loaded, but I could go find pictures on my computer. I could go upload a file. I'm going to browse our computer. See what I have in here for pictures. Oh, we got this nice picture. We could import that. Upload the file. Done. Click insert. And now that picture's there. We can import a picture here. We can change the text and easily edit it. And you can also put in links to your website. You could connect it to your Facebook profile, your LinkedIn profile. We could edit that and say, you know, we're not on LinkedIn, so let's delete LinkedIn, but we want to add another network. We want to be on Instagram. And then we can insert in here links directly to our Facebook, directly to our Twitter, directly to our Instagram. Down here is our email address. And then this is the unsubscribe. So if you've ever received emails that have this at the bottom, you can always unsubscribe, or you can update your profile and change different lists that you might be on. Then you can check it and preview it. You can click continue and send. But I want to show you how I actually use it. I mean, I'll do that for an email to get started. But with Mary and with our investors, when we send out an email, we've worked really hard to create a list. So I'm just going to go to a campaign, back to the campaigns, and just send an email for you. Oh, it's easy to delete that too. If you don't like that test email anymore, we're just going to click delete. It goes away. So this is an email that I want to send. I can just copy. It's not this email I want to send, but the basic format. So we're going to copy it. We're 2 weeks out B. We're going to rename it so we can find it. Here it lets us, okay, here was the original email, what it was called. We're going to make this B. So it's different. You got to give it a different name. And I'm just going to use this one, but I have a template that's already created. It's already got my logo. It's already got all my social media, and it already has my 2 websites. They're already set up. They're already connected. It already has the email address or the mailing address that I want. So I can use this over and over and go in and edit. So I could come in here and go, I don't like that, but let's put in, what do we want to insert? We want to insert a greeting tag. So hello, Bob. And if I don't have a first name, it'll just say greetings. And then I can add another text box. So we just come over here, add a text box, come to the trade show. I'm not going to edit all of this because you don't want to watch me write emails. And click done. But this is kind of neat. This is a video, and to edit a video or add a video, it's very simple. You come over here and find the more box, you add a video. And then you edit it. You just drop in your Vimeo or your YouTube, a link to it. Which if we edit this, you can see you just drop it in, test the link, and it drops in the video. I could also say, hey, are you coming? I could put link it to social networks. Where's what I'm looking for? Here, RSVP, are you coming? And so you could edit this, click on it, click edit, and you can edit the information. And then they can answer, and you have all your information on who might be coming to an event. We could do a poll. Hey, do you like coming to the Harvesters event? Have you already donated? So things like that, you could do a poll. You could also use this. I've used it in the past to send, using this poll thing. I do 3 or 4 questions and I send them to sellers when we buy their house so that I can get a survey of what they liked. And with these, they give me leading questions. And then I can put down here at the bottom, so how was your experience working with us? And then they reply back. So that kind of gives you an idea of things you can do with the email. It's very easy to use. Then we want to save it. We want to preview it. So we can preview what it looks like. Oh, I didn't talk about something. The other thing, this is one thing I always forget. And that is when I preview it. That's not a preview, but what does it look like on mobile? And what does it look like in my inbox? You can kind of see what it would look like. But then the one thing I always forget is to change the subject line. So if you've ever gotten an email from me that made no sense, the subject line didn't fit, is because I forgot to change the subject line. And then it has a secondary subject line. You can say who it's from and what email address. And you can put in multiple email addresses to send from. But we're going to leave it all the way it is right now. You can also send a test to yourself or to somebody. So if you're collaborating, you could send a test email to up to 5 email addresses. And you can also check for errors. And what that does, it goes through and says, if you said there's a link and there isn't one, all right, we got a placeholder for a video. We didn't fill that in. We have an RSVP block. We didn't edit it. Did you mean to do that? It just asks, make sure your content looks right to the computer. So we're good with everything. Oops. We're going to continue. The next thing it asks for, and here's another opportunity for you to check your subject line and who it's from and to. But then you can pick your list. Since this isn't about an event, I'm going to set it to my email list, my event announcements. I can send it now. I can schedule it for later. And I'm going to go ahead and schedule it for Saturday. And it's going to go out at 2 o'clock. I can have it send me results, who opened what or not. And here's the cool one. So we're going to send that Saturday at 2 o'clock. Then I can set resend to non-openers. And instead of Saturday, it's going to wait till July 5th at 2 o'clock and send it again, or whenever I want to set that up. And it just sends a reminder, hey, you didn't open this email. Did you miss it? Would you like to read it? You can hit confirm. We made sure everything looks right. You can do one last preview. And then you can click schedule. Or if you're just sending it, it would say send. Do you really want to send this? Yes. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Now, I think you might like Constant Contact, so I wanted to share with you how to go and test it out. All right, I'm back. So we have an affiliate relationship with Constant Contact. So what does that mean? That means that I can refer people to use Constant Contact. And when they sign up for a free trial, they sign up to use it. Once they start paying, I get a little referral fee for referring them out. It's not a whole heck of a lot. And that's how they get new subscribers. That's how they get people to market them. It's just people word of mouth telling them that they use it just like I did, and you want to test it out. Now, let me talk about their free trial and what their costs are. They have a free trial. I don't know how long it is, 14 days, 30 days. I never really used the free trial. I got in on the free trial and tested it out, tried it out, played with it, see if I could figure out how to use it. But if you're trying to pull in a list of more than, say, 100 people, it makes you pay for it anyway. But what I like is if you sign up for it and you pay for it for a month and you don't like it, you can cancel it. You don't have to use it anymore. But I would get in the free trial, just go in and play with it, touch it, feel it, see if it does what you want. And then you can buy it and actually use it for a month. And then if you like it, continue on. I'm going to give you this tip. If you pay for a year in advance, based on what you're buying, that it is like a 10% discount or something, just like everything online. If you pay it by the month, it costs more. If you pay it by the year, it's cheaper. If you get an email from them and you accidentally click on something weird and you all of a sudden you're getting charged for something you didn't want to get, which I've done before, just call them up. They'll take it off. Hey, I was getting charged I was trying to do something on a morning. I was frustrated and I read the email, and instead of hitting delete, I clicked the yes box, and I don't know what I bought, but it was $5 a month more. And I just called them up and they took it off and refunded my money. So they're very good customer service. When I have problems, which I haven't had a problem with them, I don't know. I think since I left them and I came back and I tried to import my list from somewhere else, they had a little bit issue with me importing my list. And I'm like, well, my list started with you. I canceled and went and tried somebody else, and I'm coming back, called them on the phone. They answered the phone and they helped me out and got it worked out. So how do you get your free trial? You're asking me, how do I get my free trial? Hopefully I've already flashed the screen at you, but you can go to marei.org, put in a / and then type in Constant Contact. So it should be there on your screen, marei.org/constant contact. It might be under this video, might be over this video. I'll have some text somewhere that'll tell you how to sign up for it. So that's it for today. Hope I didn't talk too long. Hope I didn't bore you. That's one of the tools I use, email, and my preferred provider is Constant Contact. Thanks.